Hello everyone, welcome back to DBW. I am Jin. We got Clash in Paris. I want to talk about Clash in Paris. These clashes so good. Like, all of these clashes are so good. Why? What are they putting in these shows? You know what I'm saying? Rusev and Sheamus. Like, what is expected of me now? What am I expected to do? How am I supposed to continue living like this? Okay, I'm playing. But look, we got a really good show in Clash in Paris, and I feel like the Raw we're going to get is going to pick right up where it left off. We even got an IC championship match between Dom and AJ. I'm praying for AJ to become the new IC champion. But let's backpedal just a tad and talk about Clash in Paris, because that show really delivered, and why I think it delivered so much for me and what I rate the matches is what we will cover today. So if you guys are interested in that, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know what you think on our social medias. They should be in the link description down below. Let's talk about it. First up, we got Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. Now, this match delivered, and I would say that because it felt as though they were not involved in any greater faction, even though we know that they both are. Bronson is a big guy. He really delivered in this match. Roman, he's an aura farmer. He delivered in this match. But I didn't feel like at any point that they feel as though they were supposed to be fighting for Seth, or they were supposed to be fighting for an Ulafal, or, you know, the shoes were there, but they were more so a background motivation than the main point. This is not the best match between either of these guys by a long shot, but what we got from this, I definitely can say I thoroughly enjoyed, and I'm glad we got to see. So I'm going to rate this match a solid 6 out of 10. If you guys agree, let me know in the comments what you think about this match. And we're moving on to the next one. Let's go. Next, we got the Wyatt Six versus the Street Profits. And guys, this match was really good. Let me explain why I think this particular match is setting up for something much greater for both individuals. For individual groups, rather. So we got the tease of the Street Profits breaking up, right? We know that's coming down the pipeline at some point. People have been begging for these two to separate for years, and now they're backpedaling on all that, which is weird. I mean, I was under the impression that Montez was a fantastic performer and he could be a single star, and everyone was saying that since Triple H took over, they've been telling him to break up these two. Now they're telling him not to. I always thought they shouldn't do that. It was a bad idea from the beginning. Tez, we know he's a great performer when it comes to singles competition, or tag competition, rather. In his singles competition, we saw that he can really hold his own, especially in that chamber match that he was in. Fantastic guy, athletic, charismatic, but he's a bit, I would say, wonky around the edges. And this might be a good opportunity for him to kind of like straighten those bits out and really try to improve in the ring. Dawkins, I think, is a fantastic performer too. Like, his entire maneuvering and moveset really set him apart. Maybe they break up, he can go back to NXT and reinvent himself there, because I can see Tez's straight shot. Dawkins, not so much. But this is not a knock at either of these guys. Both of these guys are fantastic performers. And if they break up, I hope we got a plan for it. I hope we're not just breaking them up just to break them up like we did Austin and Grayson, because I hated myself and I hated you for that too. So, the Wyatt Six. Now, the Wyatt Six, they have been a looming target, and they've been a looming threat and have been targeting everybody. I like that they've been doing this. I like we haven't been getting too much of them. I like that they still have some of their mystique and aesthetic they were looking to get when they first arrived. It's not a ever looming presence, but it is like acceptable for us to like try to focus on these guys in the in-ring work and to keep them from being constantly down people's throats. Like, now they're in the background of a lot of SmackDowns. They're kind of just hanging out, looking around, things like that. It helps that they're not super in your face. So I appreciate about them, and they retained, which I feel like they should do. The Wyatt Six seems to be the barometer on SmackDown's fantastic tag team division, and I like to see where this leads. The Street Profits fit right in this tag division. They're getting some of the best recognition they've been getting in years, and now we're gonna try to separate them. I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but this match was a banger. So I'm going to rate this match a solid 7.5 out of 10, and we're going to continue on to the next match. Next, we got Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And I will continue to say this because I've been saying it. This belt is the best presented belt on television. That's it. It's the best one. Besides this, in the SmackDown's men's tag division, these are the best belts. These are the best belts. The world title, the World Heavyweight Championship, comes a close third between those two. But this belt has been killing it since its inception. Since Lyra had it, she put on bangers with it almost every other week. Then she got into a whole feud with Becky Lynch. That was going on since Mania. Now we got a new Bayley character looming around the corner. Becky's doing the best run of her career right now. Past the man with this run. New song, new presentation. All of that's been great. Fantastic. Just had to get that out of the way. But now, this match. This match left a lot to be desired. Now, I wasn't expecting the moon, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting the entire world. This is a Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch match. Now, neither of which are fast-paced performers, but also neither of which are terrible performers. So, I didn't expect it to be god-awful, and it wasn't. We had some botches, for sure. We also had some goofy segments, like when Becky was slapping the table like this, going back and forth like this. I thought that was funny. I know a lot of people hated it. I've been getting a lot of hate on Twitter. I thought it was funny. I thought she was really phoning it in. I think that was on purpose. That's just me, though. But the worst part was when Nikki went to go do her dive at the corner, dive kick, and Becky was too far away, so she ended up landing flat on her face. It was unfortunate. But I did like that Becky did not pin Nikki clean in this match. She hit her with the Lynch pin, as Wade called it, which I like. I'm going to start calling it that. And she got the 1, 2, 3 and rolled out of the ring, and, you know, she kind of snuck that victory in there. I think this is going to be pretty good. And now that she's officially part of the Vision, we can start seeing that more well-rounded version where the men and women's rosters kind of come hand in hand a bit, which we don't get to see nowadays too often. So I'm going to rate this match a 4 out of 10. Again, not terrible, but not quite at expectations. It hasn't reached them yet. So hopefully if we run this match back, we'll get a better delivery. We'll get a better delivery next time. But so far, this is a 4 out of 10 for me. Let's move on to the next match, guys. I'm really excited to talk about it. Next, we got Sheamus and Rusev in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. And what was you expecting? What was you thinking? This is Sheamus in a Clash show. What were you thinking was going to happen? Because we got a banger, ladies and gentlemen. This was the best match of the night, hands down. I would not take any debates on this. This match was so good. And let me explain why. The Donnybrook match type is just a glorified no DQ match, right? But it's the added flair. Like, it's one thing to have a wood table. It's another thing to have a wood bar. Another thing to have wooden barrels. That's all adding to the destruction and real feelness to a classic bar fight. And I think they actually managed to lay that down properly. Now, this match should have been for the IC Championship. I swear. Sheamus should have been champion, and this match should have been IC Championship, and Rusev should have won. I'm not a booker, okay? I'm not making the shows. But if this was what we had gotten, it would have been the restart this belt needed, because don't you ever keep either of these guys off a PLE card ever again. This was fantastic. It's not quite Gunther and Sheamus Clash 22. But this is a good match. A really good match. And guys, I gotta just be the first. And I gotta be honest when I tell you this. I was not a big fan of Rusev's initial return. I think the presentation wasn't all there when he first got back. I was kind of hoping for a Lana return or something like that. But Rusev and Sheamus put on a banger, and I am more excited for his character than I have been in a long time. And this could be ever since Rusev Day. I'm more excited for anything he's done after this match, because he won. He went over. He grabbed the shillelagh, put him in the accolade, then rolled him back, and he made Sheamus tap out. That is a huge deal. Sheamus, Drew, and Gunther, I would consider the powerhouses of WWE right now. Maybe even Chad Gable, or maybe even Cody Rhodes, where they are like, we're never going to tap. But Sheamus tapping out to Rusev was a big deal, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes on Raw. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes to the next PLE. I want to see this feud is still going because it needs to keep going, man. This was so good. I loved it. This match is getting a solid 9 out of 10 from Jen at DB Dub. If you're going to watch any match Clash in Paris, watch this one. Okay, that's what you need to watch. Watch this one. I don't care if you didn't catch the highlights. I don't care. If you're going to watch anything, watch this. This match is so good. Please, I implore you. Now, I'm not imploring you. I'm telling you. Go watch it. You're not doing nothing else. Go watch it. Finish this video and then go watch it. Next, we got the greatest of all time, John Cena versus Logan Paul. And if you've been on DBW for a minute now, I don't know if you have, but if you have, let me tell you something. We are not a Logan Paul detractor page. We are not going to talk about how bad of a person he is. We're not going to talk about what he did. I don't care about any of that. We're here to talk about wrestling. And that man can wrestle. He can wrestle, man. He can wrestle good, too. I was expecting Logan to deliver in this match because he's delivered almost every match he's been in. Some of the, spots he tends to call are pretty out there. But in this match, it was just wrestling, back and forth wrestling. Tornado DDTs, Hurricanranas, move thieves, buckshot lariats, frog splashes, five knuckle shuffles. This match, I think, was one of Cena's better matches since he started this run. And Pip has been on Twitter and he's been very vocal in advocating for John Cena getting us more time on in 2025 because he felt he was wasted as a heel character, and I agree he was. I like the heel turn. It was a great moment. It was fantastic to see, but the slow, methodical, non-flashy John Cena that we got, where he was just boom walk, it weighed it down because John's entire appeal in ring is that he can tell a great story, and while he did do that, but the story he was telling just wasn't that appealing to me. So after SummerSlam, that was way better than Mania, right? And then this match picked right up where it left off. I'm looking forward to seeing what John does at WrestlePalooza. I'm looking forward to seeing what John does up until the end of 2025. I wonder who his last opponent is going to be. But this Logan Paul match, man, he had to prove that he could wrestle, and he definitely could. That man was wrestling, and he could wrestle really well. So I'm going to give this match a 8 out of 10 because John was great. Logan was great. Could have had better spots, mind you. But for what we got, it was good. If you enjoyed it, let me know. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know. I'm open to all interpretations about this match because some people are still not sold on Logan. But, man, that guy can go. And I got to give him credit where it's due. We're going to move on to the next match, all right? Last but certainly not least, we got the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship between Seth Rollins, LA Knight, CM Punk, and Jey Uso. Let me tell you something, okay? This match, I think, really gave me a bit of a shell shock. And I say that because I'm not the biggest multi-man match guy. I think they're good. Don't mind you. I think they're good. I like seeing them when they're on the card, triple threat matches, fatal four-way matches. But they kind of lack that in-ring storytelling because there's so many moving pieces. When you have one guy versus another opponent, it's a lot easier to dictate who is and is not telling the best story, or who is and who is not trying to elevate the storytelling of the match. You can definitely tell, right? In this match, I couldn't tell too much. They were kind of keeping it close to their chest a little bit. Seth Rollins being alone after Braun and Bronson got ejected, and Paul Heyman got put in a guillotine and he was out, right? It gave us a bit of a time alone with Seth that we don't normally get, where we see his mindset, and had to really sell him as like a big bad guy. He's the new main heel. So we want to see him performing at his absolute best. I just don't believe we got that. Now, mind you, this was not a bad match. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But I think where I was a bit jarred by this match is that for a multi-man match, it delivered, man. It really did. LA Knight segment, with the whole, where Seth went up, he got pushed down. LA Knight went up, he jumped up and did his top row. Yeah, that was so clean. And then we had the classic corner multi-man match move, suplex, power bomb, boom, Tower of Man. You know how that goes. It was I liked it. Seth, of course, did great, right? Now, my issue was Jay didn't feel like he really belonged. Now, he didn't not belong. Trust me, he definitely did a good job. Jay was definitely well received in this match. But I get that he had to come in because, guys, rematch clause and all that. So I get it. It was really cool. But it felt a bit out of the blue. It felt like there's definitely going to be a triple threat between LA Knight, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. And Jay was just kind of thrown in there. Still, he did a good job, especially after what happened earlier that night. So I appreciate it. Now, the ending was the best part, where CM Punk GTS'd Seth Rollins after a failed curve stomp through a chair. He fell back on the shoulder for a second GTS, and then he got punched in a low blow by Becky Lynch, who is now officially a part of the Vision. Is this open up the door for AJ? Is this open up the door for more men's and women's segments? I don't know. It could. I'm not going to go on Twitter and say, AJ's coming back. She's coming back. She's coming back. Because I've been burned too many times. I'm not falling for that again. If she does come back, I can only hope. But if not, I'm interested in seeing where we get anyway. And I'm going to rate this match a 7 out of 10. For a multi-man match, it's pretty high for me. Seth Rollins was stomping everyone. Jay was jumping everywhere. Super kicks were flying. We got a failed stomp into a BFT. That was great. It was great. The whole match was great. It was, especially near the end, it picked up its pace. So that's what I'm going to rate it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Guys, that was Clash in Paris. I'm going to put this match on our DBW rating of Elite. It was good. Now, there were some missteps. There were some moments we didn't quite get the full brunt of. There were times when I feel as though the show was going a bit slow. There were times when I thought that the matches were going on a bit long. But hey, I cannot complain about a Clash, and I will not do it right now, guys. We got a very, very good show. And I recommend you check it out, at least the better matches that I rated. If you don't check out anything else, check out the Sheamus and Rusev match. And I would say maybe the Logan Paul match. I would say give those two a watch if you're going to watch anything from this show. But guys, that is my Clash in Paris rating. I am speaking for the entire DB Dub when I say this was fantastic. I look forward to seeing you guys again. Let's check out what happens on Raw and see if they can pick the momentum up from what we left off yesterday. If they can, so good, so good. I'm loving it, guys. If you like what you saw here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'm always interested. Guys, I am Jen. This is DB Dub. Woo! I will see you next time. Bye-bye.